All right.
What's happening?
Trying to remember people's names.
Dude, we're so old. We're so old.
I can't remember. We were just talking about upcoming previews and movies and talking about actors and actresses. And I'm like, what's that? What's that name? Oh, man, I just can't remember.
I know, like Jamie Lee Curtis, too, of all people. Of all people, it's like forgetting Jesus Christ. It was that guy that saved all those people at one time. What's up, y'all? Welcome to the Alpha Geek Podcast, where we embrace our geekdom and respect everyone else's. If you don't mind, please smash that subscribe button. Please follow. Please listen, and help us get those algorithms doing what we need them to do.
Which is pushing our videos up on the top.
Yeah.
And if you're following us, that they show up on your feed so you don't miss all this geekery that we got going on.
Geekery? I like it. I like that, though. Like, you better fucking trademark it.
Yes.
Do it now.
Geekery.
I got a buddy who trademarked Boom Sauce.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I was like, how the fuck is Boom Sauce not trademarked? And this was like 5 years ago.
Wow.
My buddy Jason. What's up, Jay? How you doing? He's up in D.C. He's a software salesman.
Okay.
Kills it. But that's his thing. He's the funnest guy to party with. And every time we go out, Boom Sauce this, Boom Sauce that. And he was like, I'm going to trademark that shit. And did. And yeah. So now when he has it on his Instagram page, it says Boom Sauce TM on the backside of it.
Wow.
I was like, shit, you can trademark anything.
Is there a actual Boom Sauce, or is that just a...
I think it's just a thing that became a thing. I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so. I was listening to a podcast earlier today, Scamfluencers. It's basically these two young ladies that talk about people who got caught in some sort of scam. And I guess it's big business to go on like websites and government websites and government entities and things like that and look for large companies who just drop the ball on getting their company's trademark. And he'll go and trademark it and start doing business as this company. And then the company inevitably gets wind of it. And they're like, who the fuck is this? Why'd you trademark our company name? He's like, yeah, because I wanted to. If you want it, it'll be.
Wow.
You know, it was pretty awesome listen. But yeah, that's the thing.
That I don't know if you were like buying for a while their domain names for websites or whatever.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, like I got I can't even remember, like 25 or 30 domain names.
Did you?
Yeah. And like none of them are worth anything.
Anything paying out to anything?
No, but the one that we want to get, like I want to buy our own. Right now our website is cutterrug.net and I want to buy the .com.
Okay.
And before we moved here from New York, that was our original website and on the .com version. And now it's like selling for like 15 grand.
Really?
Yeah. And I hired a guy to get it for us. And I was like, I'm not going to pay $15,000 for the .com and watch somebody buys it now.
You're right. No, it's a lot of stories out there of people who just go and buy domain names that they think are going to be, something big, and they actually end up. What was the Washington Redskins? Whoever bought the Commanders? No, it was the Red Tails. It was one of the names that Washington Redskins were supposed to change into. I think it was the Red Tails. And this guy up in D.C., just all of the potential names that the Redskins could be, he bought them all.
Wow.
And they ended up buying one or two from him, and he made a grip.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
When it comes to like names, when Elon Musk bought Twitter and wanted to change it to X, did you hear that Apple was like, no, you can't just do a letter for the app or whatever? And they were like,
why not?
Kicking back. I don't know. I don't remember the reasoning why they did it, but yeah, they were telling him no. Oh.
Have we not gotten the picture yet that Elon Musk can do whatever the fuck he wants to do?
Whatever.
Elon's like, I'm gonna take a shit. I want you to put it in gold, and I want you to sell it. and see how much we can get for it. This gold-plated shit.
Yep.
Elon Musk, and they'll be like, oh, okay, well, you haven't been wrong yet.
Man, seriously. And they're like after him. Like they're trying to like shut him down and silence him. And
Dude.
do you have Dogecoin? Did you buy any Doge?
No, I didn't. Oh, you know what? I did. I did actually buy some. I was pronouncing it Dogecoin, but yeah, I did buy something of that. I bought some Doge. What was the app we were using? What was it to buy the crypto?
Coinbase or
Well, I think it wasn't.
Robinhood?
Yeah,
Or
no.
Robinhood?
Well, I would not touch Robinhood.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Ever since I watched the movie Dumb Money
oh
on Netflix, have you seen that?
no, tell me.
Yeah, it's the guy that ended that propped the GameStop stock
yeah.
and ended up making like, I don't know, $21 million or some shit. And it even got higher than that, and he was just sitting on it, and everybody was sitting on it. They were like, don't cash out, no matter how big it gets. People invested, dollars, and it ended up getting to a couple college girls got up to like $300,000. They invested like $100,
Yeah.
stuff like that. And but people would do, I forgot what the term is it like
They short it?
Yeah, they short the stock,
yeah.
and that's what happened. And all these large hedge fund companies were getting their ass kicked and losing money hand over fist. And they were inevitably, some other companies had to bail out these hedge fund companies. Of course, you're not going to let these companies go broke,
Right.
Bullshit. But anyway, and the guy who created this short for the GameStop stock ended up, he went to court and they did the whole thing, and it was during COVID, so they had to do all the court virtual. So he's in his basement, and he's on screen talking to the judge, and he ended up cashing out at like but I think it was $11 million.
Dang.
The number 21 or 11 are in my head for some reason. Yeah. And yeah, man,
I got to watch that.
it's good. It's on Netflix.
I have because I have a Robinhood account.
Yeah.
And dude, I got sucked into all that. I got sucked into the NFTs. I got sucked into buying Doge and Ethereum and Cardano and all that stuff. And I lost all the money.
Yeah.
I lost all of it.
hell
But my buddy kept telling me like, leave Robinhood, go to another one. I never did. So
Yeah.
I got to watch that because I gotta watch out.
Yeah, they got in like major trouble because they wouldn't, when the stock got so big, they stopped allowing people to trade it. And they just took that function off of the app completely. And people were like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And yeah, they got in major trouble, lost billions of dollars.
I bought GameStop at a high.
Bought it at a
And,
high.
yeah, now it's like $19 or something like that. I'm like, damn it.
Dude, I'm not. When I heard about it, I was like, "Holy shit!" And I looked at it. I go through E-Trade. I have a couple of stocks through E-Trade, and they've been performing pretty well, except for my cannabis stock. Those motherfuckers did me wrong. But and I feel like it's pretty ironclad. And E-Trade folks, if you have questions or issues with certain things, you just call them right up, and they'll help you right then and there, dude. They're cool as shit. My biggest one that I just bought was TKO stock. TKO is the company that that Endeavor, the company that bought the UFC and the WWE, they merged and created another company, TKO. And they start publicly trading, I think, back in September and October or something like that. And I bought some shares. It's fluctuating. It's up and down, but I'm over top right now.
My big one that during COVID, I bought into NVIDIA.
NVIDIA, what's that?
NVIDIA is the GPU processor. So they're out of Taiwan, and their stock grew like 257% over 2023 or 2022. So I got in pretty low. I didn't buy a lot of it. And it's like, who's that one guy I follow? Berkshire Hathaway. He owns all that stuff, but he says you just got to find that one stock, and it's going to make you millions.
You just need that one.
If anybody's got any stock advice, we haven't found it. No,
we haven't found it. I did. Kush Bottling was one I was like super up on. Kush Bottling is the company based out of Canada, I believe, and they have exclusive rights to creating the prescription friendly caps for bottles, the ones that kids can't get into. And I was like, oh, trading at 8 cents a share. This is easy. Hell yeah. Everybody need medicine, Yeah. And that shit is still. I was like, there's no way it could go down to 8 cents a share. That shit is down from like 5 cents. Like,
well, it's like my Doge. I bought it. I'm a sucker. Like I bought it at I'm always in too late. So I bought it at like 50 cents when it was like, people were like buying it when it was like 0.009 cents or whatever. I was like, dang it, I lost on that too.
Dude, well, you got to look at, they have a scale, like a sliding scale to tell you, from week to week what the stock's doing. Yeah. You're supposed to do it when it's down.
Yeah. That's why when we were talking in an earlier episode of going to Vegas and gambling, I don't do it. I don't do it because I'm a sucker.
See, that's more rock solid though. If you play by the book, quote unquote, then you should break even.
What, in Vegas?
Yeah. Okay. Right? Nah, don't listen to me. Do not take that advice. But no, last time I went, I played blackjack, high stakes room, and won.
Wow.
Yeah, I won. I think when it was all said and done, I won like $2,200.
Wow.
Yeah, man. So play by the book.
Yeah. Not me.
The pit boss was like, you got 3 black chips. Take 2 of those and put them shits in your pocket. And this is the pit boss talking. The pit boss. He was like, "Don't spend that money, dude.
Wow.
Play with this one, and then bare minimum, if you lose, you're still up." And I was like, "I'm gonna take this dude's advice."
What casino was that?
It was the Hard Rock in Fort Lauderdale.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So not in Vegas. Not in Vegas.
Not in Vegas, dude. But last time I went to Vegas, I was up 700.
Wow.
Blackjack. That's really I dabbled with craps a little bit. My buddy Cody, who's great at it, taught me how to play, and I only play craps when he's with me. Other than that, I don't fuck with it.
Yeah. Is he the guy that puts a lot of money down?
He play. He's not that guy that puts a lot, but he's another one of my friends who loves to gamble. Yeah. He just loves to gamble. Everything. Betting on football, horses, casino. He just loves to gamble, but he never bets too big. So even if he loses, he loses like a couple $100 here and there.
Yeah.
But
do you ever bet on fights?
All the time.
Okay.
When I used to bet, go to the casino or to sports books and bet, or the online sports book. But now I have, I'm in the environment, so I have so many friends who watch it and take an interest in it as well. We just bet between us.
Oh, yourselves. Okay.
I haven't lost a MMA bet, and I bet on every pay-per-view.
Oh.
I haven't lost an MMA bet in like 5 years.
Wow.
I have not lost one.
What about boxing? Because boxing supposedly is rigged.
Yeah, boxing's a little bit different story. My buddy Hayden, I bet with him. We bet every boxing match, and I'm like, I think I'm like 50-50 in that. Right. I bet on whoever the favorite, because it's very few times in boxing where the favorite doesn't win.
Yeah.
So
I was watching an interview, and some dude, and I don't know, I like boxing, but I don't know well enough to name the names except for Lomachenko, where whoever just beat Lomachenko, another dude at the press conference was saying, Lomachenko won, like totally like dogging the guy that supposedly beat him.
Really?
So I don't know if that was fixed, because like on the outside it seems like Lomachenko won that fight.
Really?
But you were saying that you don't feel like he did.
Yeah, boxing is one of those things, man. She's a tough lady.
Yeah,
she's a tough lady, man. And I don't bet on boxing. For boxing, it's more like for fun.
Right.
I box for fun. I would never bet a large sum of money on a boxing match.
Yeah.
Never. It's just it's too sketchy. Or unless, if, like I said, bet on the favorites, but then there's less meat on the bone. There's not a lot of money to be won if the favorite wins. Like if you're like a 1,200 point under, there's no money there.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of gambling, Vegas, the Formula One, Vegas hosted that a couple weeks ago, and from what I understand is they lost a lot of money on that, where the Formula One were hoping that they would get a lot of like tourism off of that, but I guess they tore up the Vegas Strip. I was there in Vegas before my surgery, And it was first time ever, that I got to stay in a room where it overlooked the fountain, which was so cool. But then looking at the fountain, you see them setting up for the Formula One race. But I guess the organizers of the Formula One lost a ton of money because they didn't get a lot of people coming watching, nor did they get a lot of pay-per-view stuff.
Really?
So, yeah.
That's surprising.
Yeah, totally. But taking chances on a risk pool, whether it's stocks, gambling, all that, my heart, I just can't.
Dude, that is like, those cars get up to how fast? I mean, what, like 200 miles? It has to be 200 miles an hour.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like top speed.
I don't know where they top out at, but they're like taking those turns at like going from like whatever, like maybe 200 miles an hour down to like 50 and then back up.
Oh man, that's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
That is nuts. You know, Michael Fassbender is a Formula One racer. Did you know that?
I don't know who that is.
From X-Men First Class. He plays Magneto in X-Men. The young Magneto.
He?
Yeah. He's he got into it like a year or two ago, and he's like balls deep in it.
Wow.
Yeah, he actually the movie that he's in now is about the Samoan rugby team.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's soccer team. Yeah, Samoan rugby team they were terrible and they ended up losing. They didn't. It's not like a underdog coming and destroying shit story. It's
right.
like, it's just funny that they're an underdog team. He plays the coach in that, and Taika Waititi, director, said he had to go and find him and he was racing at the time.
Oh, wow.
He was actually surprised that he actually took the role because he is so involved with racing now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like professionally.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's cool.
We're watching a show on Apple TV now. Oh my God. It's about a coach going to an American football coach going to England. Coaching a soccer
Ted Lasso.
Ted Lasso. He finally got on that.
Top three shows in the world, streaming shows. Ted
Really?
Lasso. It's a funny ass show.
It's so funny.
I think it was kind of premature that they stopped it. It's over.
Is it?
Yeah.
3 seasons?
I think it's 3 seasons. Yeah. And that's it. It's a really good show. And not only do I think you could have done at least one more season, I think there's a lot of spinoffs because a lot of people took interest in some of the other people on the show, some of the other players, the owner, so yeah, it's a good show.
We're halfway through the first season, and the funniest character, I don't know funniest, but the little assistant, the little guy.
Oh yeah, the assistant to the owner.
Him, but God, I just forgot his name.
He's like the ball boy.
He's the ball, yeah.
Oh, see, man, you got to keep that. That's part of the story. Gets really fun.
Okay,
it's really fun. You're gonna enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just finished 9 seasons of Suits.
You finished it.
Finally done with it. And the 9th season, if anybody's on the fence of starting that show, just be ready. It's an investment. But the 9th season's on Amazon, not on Netflix, on Amazon. It is the best season. Yeah.
Okay.
Did you see the 9th season? Did you watch it all?
No. I think I was I think I was in high school still. That show was still on. If anybody has a VHS, a VCR that Taras can borrow, please let him use it because he's still watching shows from it's 7 years ago.
I know, dude. It was like a number 1 on Netflix, and like it was like I think everybody was watching it for a minute there, and like
it was a good show.
It was like our number 1 pick, and we just got into it and just couldn't stop.
You notice he didn't say spoiler alert about anything. He was like spoiler alert. That show is fucking so old. You're not spoiling it for anyone.
No,
trust me.
We're just finally catching up to the modern
age. It is
age.
a good show though.
Yeah.
It's a good show, and that the young character.
Yeah.
Or I'm sorry, the boss, that kind of like the young character's boss, the one that dude can wear a fucking suit.
Oh yeah.
That cat
Harvey,
was good in a suit, man.
Like the Harvey or the main.
The main.
Yeah. Harvey. His name's Harvey.
His name Harvey. Okay, it's Harvey. I know, right?
Was it really that long ago? I can't remember that.
No, I'm saying that dude's suit game is legit.
Yeah,
and I understand they have stylists and all that shit, but yeah.
How is it that like some of these series, like every single person on the show is good looking? Like it's like one of those shows like every single character.
Because people like to see good looking people. Would you watch a show or a movie where the lead was unattractive?
Watching Ted Lasso right now.
I'm saying, but even people think he's hot, you know.
Really?
Yeah, people think he's hot.
Okay.
Jason Sudeikis, right?
Yeah,
people think he's hot.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, dude, comedy and a funny guy is attractive. Like if you're like a 2 or a 3, and you're funny, you're a 6 or a 7 just off rip.
For real.
So,
yeah.
God, but there's nothing worse than a bland, ugly motherfucker. Like shit. God, he has no character or he has like no potential to tell a joke or anything.
That's true, because a lot of comedians, like, they're was it Fluffy? Like Fluffy's like super overweight and like what's his name? I can't remember his name, but he goes by Fluffy. But he's super funny. Like
the Hispanic. Yeah. But that's the thing. It's like if you're a comedian, you talk about this shit that you relate to, right? And so a lot of his jokes is about how fat he is, right? Or how overweight, or if you grew up broke, your jokes about how hard it was to be broke. You can't, like, if a motherfucker is a comedian and he's rich and good looking, dude, that's probably the worst comedian in the world. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Kevin Hart is short as shit. So, he's hilarious.
He's hilarious.
Funny, like, people are so much funnier when they're short because, like, their extremities move in such a straight and fast way. Like the Lollipop Guild.
The scene in Elf when Will Ferrell looks at I can't remember his real name, but when he comes in, the guy that from Game of Thrones, the little person, he's like, "You're an angry elf." He said, "Call me elf one more time." And he's just running across that table.
That dude's funny. I think in Hollywood, there's very few leading men in Hollywood that people don't find attractive. Very few. I don't think, it might not be any, but it's definitely very few, because I just think that even if you, from like society standards, if you're not attractive, the thing that you do, the evoke that emotional whatever, that makes you attractive. Just like, if you're funny, or if you're sensitive, or if you're, super masculine, or, there's something, people find some sort of attraction in basically every type, like even the nerd, like people love nerds,
Yeah.
So
Will Ferrell's got game then?
Yeah, hell yeah. I mean, Will Ferrell probably gets laid left and right.
I don't doubt it.
He's tall as shit.
Yeah.
And he's made so many movies, buku bucks. I mean, Yeah.
He's so funny.
There's a lot worse looking dudes than Will Ferrell out there for sure.
Oh yeah. Yeah. We finally saw Barbie.
Oh, you saw it?
Yeah. Well, I was like, that was one of the movies that when I was recovering, I was like, I want to see it. And it was good. Not disappointed. I like it.
Scale from 1 to 10, 10 being best.
I'm gonna say it's an 8.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
Wow, you gave it an 8?
8, yeah.
Holy shit.
You?
6.
Wow.
Maybe 6.7.
Wow. Why so low?
I don't know. I just, I think it was good for what it was. I just think it was kind of like too cliche.
Okay.
Yeah. Like we knew there was going to be a very heavy like girl power theme.
Yeah.
And I think the road to get to that was going to be filled with, what it's like to be a woman, what it's like to be insecure about your sexuality and about society, how they look at you. Like, I felt like I felt like I could have wrote that shit.
Okay.
Because I feel like it was predictable. Yeah. That's it.
I think because since we saw it so late, I had expectations of it being like overly politicized or social issues. Like I thought it was going to be over the top.
Sure.
And I was pleasantly surprised that it wasn't. It wasn't completely man-hating.
Yeah, it wasn't completely. And sure. Yeah, and that aspect I did appreciate about the movie. Like it wasn't 100% of anything. Right. It was like a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of man bashing, but a little bit of, woman bashing, a little bit of, like social and security issues, a little bit of, toxic masculinity, a little bit, so that it did accomplish that mission. But
acting wise, Margot Robbie, you can't go wrong with Margot Robbie.
No, you cannot.
Ryan Gosling he wasn't as terrible as I thought he was going to be. He was actually quite good. And then Shang-Chi, I don't know the real actor's name, but he was in it. I was like, he was good in it.
Yeah, he was good in it. All those guys were, and the one, the light skinned black dude, the light skinned Ken. He was in it. He's the villain in Secret Invasion.
Oh,
yeah, Disney Secret Invasion. Yeah, so that's cool. Yeah, it was. Yeah,
I'll say this. Maybe 8 is being generous, but coming off of expecting huge things off of Mission Impossible, the part 1, super disappointed.
Yeah, me too.
That was a big letdown. So then we saw Barbie, expecting even worse, and I was happy. But like Mission Impossible, the first part, like I feel like the whole movie was just a setup for that bike, the jump from that mountain with his motorcycle. That all they were like showing videos of that.
I guess it's like everyone knows that like Tom Cruise does his own stunts, and they want to shed a spotlight on that. I get that. I just think those movies just drag on to me. Dude. They fucking drag, and okay, just make the impossible mission possible. Do it, and they do drag, and they get pretty redundant.
Yeah, but and I paid for it too, right? Because it got pretty bad reviews, or it got lukewarm reviews.
But he's made, what was that, 7, 8 of them?
Yeah. Like
so many movies. How many franchises has that many other than Fast and Furious, which is the greatest franchise in movie history? Like, how many franchises have that many sequels that continue to be at least entertaining enough for you to want to go out to the movies and see it?
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe going back to Rocky, that was yeah. I mean, that continues to be good.
Yeah. Sly's a different story. It's a different animal. Yeah. But even with those movies span over 40 years.
Yeah. What is Fast and Furious? Like, one comes out every 4 months?
Yeah. I think so. Dude. And I'm not mad at it. Not mad at it at all.
Is there another franchise that just dishes them out like that? I don't think so.
Yeah. Or like we were talking about maybe like Halloween or that stuff. But we all are in agreement that those movies are nowhere near as good as they used to be.
No,
no way. This time of year, are you as big into Christmas as I am? Like, are you like I'm on board for Christmas. We do all the things, dude.
Wait, let me pull the camera back a little bit so you can show off that shirt.
Oh, you want to let's show him the shirt? All right, let me show my. Yeah, that's right. The bottom says, "Your lack of Christmas cheer disturbs me."
Oh, nice.
Or is disturbing. Yeah, dude. I feel like Disney has become synonymous with Christmas.
Yeah, in what way?
Right. I don't know. Is there anyone else out there that thinks when you think Disney, you think Christmas? Maybe it's because of all of the content that we consume around this time of the year. A lot of it is like from Disney because they have such a high volume of the animated stuff, which is of course Christmassy and I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
Because when I think Christmas, I think of the like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, the classic is it claymation or the stop action?
The stop action.
Stop action ones. Those cool. Are like the Jack Frost. Those were my things. And then I think Christmas. I think Nat King Cole.
Oh yeah.
Christmas song, chestnuts roasting over. That's that's my favorite memory.
Hell yeah. I think that's definitely top of the list. Temptations.
Yes.
Silent Night. Temptation is a good one. And Jackson 5, I Saw Mama Kissing Santa Claus. Yeah. Those are stuff just takes me back, man. It takes me back when I was a kid, like laying under the Christmas tree, talking to my girlfriend on the phone because we had the long ass cord from the kitchen, and we had it was long as shit, and it went that far, but you couldn't get too far away.
Yeah,
lay under the tree, just talk shit to her.
Yeah, because you were saying like a couple episodes ago we were talking about nostalgia. Like Christmas is a time of nostalgia.
It is 100%.
Like, what is that? Like Disney, I don't think we got into Disney until I was older, maybe. I don't know. You had I think with having little kids, That's true. We don't have
unforeseen.
kids. Yeah.
The Incredibles, like all those little kid movies are, you know, love. You got to watch it, and then you don't realize how entertained you're going to be by it. Yeah. Of course, and then you end up enjoying it. You like it more than Toy Story. You like it more than your kids. Like that shit.
Yeah. Incredibles. What was it, like 10 years between the first one and the second one?
Oh yeah.
Did you see the second one?
I did. I loved it. I think The Incredibles is my favorite Disney, like, you know, Pixar style animation.
Yeah.
I think that's my favorite.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the baby's name? He's
Jack.
Jack. Yeah.
Jack. Crazy.
He's awesome.
The Dash. Yeah. No, those are good movies, man. And I think it. I don't know. For me, I just think of that. You know. Do you, like, when you buy? Are you guys? You're and Wendy like heavy gift givers, or are you more like, okay, well, we can like. You buy what you want throughout the year. You want it, you buy it. Yeah. And so is Christmas a time where you're actually giving gifts, or is it more just like being in the holiday spirit and just enjoying the time of the year? Yeah.
We, like most relationships, evolve over the years. And I think now we're at a place where it's more about experiences and traveling. But initially I was always like gift giving. I'd always try to like find something for her, like what is it that she can't buy herself or she won't buy herself that I could surprise her with and be like, oh wow, you really do know me, or you really do think of me.
Yeah.
But, like last year I think I bought her like and I bought her a Dyson blow dryer, but you know, it's like a $500 blow dryer. And
does she like it?
Yeah, she loves it.
Okay.
We use it all the time.
Dude.
But yourself, what about?
That's my love language. I love giving gifts.
Okay.
As my kids get older, we do less of it, just because they're at the point now. Like my daughter has her own place now. My son is 21, so they're at the point where they want it, they just buy it. I love giving gifts. Like if it were up to me, I wouldn't. Well, I like getting gifts too, but I wouldn't feel bad if I got no gifts and I was just able to give what I thought people, the people that I care about, wanted. Yeah. So I do love giving gifts, and like just having people around me that I care about, and just having like just I don't know, just being festive with people.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
That's cool with me. I'm good with that.
So when it comes to gift giving, do you buy stuff that you think they'll like? What you think they'll like, or do you investigate like what is it that they want and how can I surprise them?
A little bit of both. Like last year, I bought Jamie a car.
Oh,
you know, it was one of those things to where I had already proposed at this point. I knew this was the woman I was going to spend my life with, and she had never had a new car before.
Okay,
and for like that is just as much of a gift to me, knowing that I was the one to be able to do that for her, you know, like, and it doesn't even have to be like top of the line, whatever, you know, but, and just I recorded her opening the door, and I had to call my buddy Chris, go see Chris over at Hall Honda. He's a man. He came like the morning of Christmas morning.
Nice.
My homeboy came over to my house, put a bow with a bow on the car.
Nice.
And it was sitting in the driveway. And I was like, babe, I think it might be a package on the front porch. Can you mind looking? And so she opens the door and she's like, the fuck is that?
Wow.
And she's like, you got me, like, and just that feeling that I get from giving her that feeling, that's all I need for Christmas.
All right. So did you get her a Honda Fit? A Honda CRV?
I got her a CRV.
Okay.
I got her a CRV.
Nice.
We were kind of in the market for like a small SUV, because, you know, the Rebel's a fucking gas guzzler.
Dude.
Even I had a Tundra at the time, and that was a gas guzzler. So, you know, when we go on like little short trips, you know, a couple hours away, that was so I wanted to get the Audi. The Audi Q4 was initially what we wanted to get. And I did. Luckily, I looked at the reviews.
Yeah.
and so when I went to test drive it, I was like, maybe I'll still test drive it. So I did. And Chris, he was like, hey, man, drive the CRV. And it's a great car. See how you like it. and that was it.
It's probably the most solid and best selling mid-size SUV. Is it mid-size or compact?
And that's
I
a
think
small.
Yeah.
Mid-size would be like the Pilot or like something a little bit bigger.
They got that in between model because we were considering before, because we had a CRV and then we are going to go into because I think she bought it and then we needed to trade it in to upgrade it. There's that what is it? It's not the Pilot.
It's smaller than the Pilot.
It's smaller than the Pilot, and it's supposed to be like this all-terrain. Because for a while there,
oh yeah, what is that? It's like a hybrid vehicle. It's like supposed to be a SUV and kind of minivan together. Yeah, what's that called?
Ask the Google. But we ended up going with a Jeep Cherokee. So we're a Jeep family now.
Yeah.
But the Honda, well, I'll look it up in a second. But yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
CRV, nice.
I think I'm a Dodge family. I'm a Dodge guy from here on out.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trucks. I'm only driving Rams, and I'm gonna buy my next vehicle. Probably next year. I'm gonna get a Hellcat.
The Hellcat.
I gotta do it. I gotta do it. My buddy Jeff will be mad. He drives nothing but Ford. He's just like, fuck that Dodge. But yeah, man, I gotta have it. Gotta have it. That car is a monster, and for a domestic muscle car, that's about as good as you're gonna get. The vet is cool. The whole mid-engine thing, digging it. But I'm heavier than 150 pounds, so
yeah,
getting in and out of that thing would probably suck.
What is it that I think they put a Hellcat engine in? I think we might have talked about this before, but into a Wrangler or into
the SRT.
Yes, yeah, crazy.
Those things are badass too. The Jeep SRT.
Yeah,
those.
Like, what are you gonna do? Like, it can't even probably handle that much power. Like, what are you gonna do with all that? Like, it's just. What was the truck we were talking about earlier? That it's like stupid motor in there. It's just, and it has like terrible braking power for the.
Oh, the TRX.
TRX.
Yeah, the TRX. Yeah, those things, man. I don't know what you do with it. Would just smoke cigars, drink bourbon, and just have sex with any woman you wanted to. Shit, dude. I'm selling like those cars. I feel like they're at the top of the food chain when you think about cost, performance, and put everything in a bag. You don't get any better than that.
Yeah.
So
the Honda car I was talking about is the Passport.
Yeah, it's like a van / SUV type thing.
Yeah,
man, this thing is ugly as shit though. Yeah. That thing is fucking hideous. I get it. Yeah. You know what else is a shitty vehicle? The Honda Ridgeline.
I was about to say the Ridgeline. Like, what is the point? Like, what is the point?
What the fuck is that? Yeah. Like somebody, I think somebody took an iPhone and put wheels on it. You got a fucking Honda Ridgeline. God,
it's like, what is the one car? Wendy hates it, but I think it's cool. The El Camino. Like the El Camino is like,
those are cool.
It's stupid.
Those are cool.
At the time, I was like, what are we doing with it? But like now it's cool. The Ridgeline, never be cool.
They gave me one when I was the last Dodge I had. Remember I had that Ram, the gray one that I was thinking about buying.
Yeah.
And the head unit started going bad, so they gave me a Ridgeline to drive until they fixed it. And I was like, what the fuck is this? This thing has it has the power of a fucking skateboard. The head unit was cool. It was like the bells and whistles was there from that standpoint. Like it had all the Wi-Fi and all that shit, but that thing made no power. It was small as shit. You could, like, the bed was like 4 feet by 3 feet. You couldn't put shit back there. Like, what the fuck is this? Yeah. Like, Honda don't make pickup trucks. Stick to what you know. Fuel efficiency.
I actually contemplated buying one of those.
Did you?
Yeah, I was like, we need a truck, and then Wendy was like, I think we looked at it, and Wendy was like, no, don't do it. Don't do it.
Yeah, he was like, does it have a DVD drive so I can watch Suits? It's like,
it might have. If it did, it could.
Honda Ridgeline.
My in-laws, I love them to death, but preparing for my surgery, they live in Tennessee, so they sent me a care package, and within the care package, it's just really fun, like just fun little gifts to pass the time. But there were 2 DVDs in there. And I opened them up. I was like, what am I going to do with this? I don't have a DVD player anymore. Not even on my PCs.
Yeah, no DVD. How, like, remember the Blu-ray discs were a thing for a little bit?
Oh, yeah.
People were like, yo, I'm going to get these Blu-rays because they're going to appreciate the value. Bitch, no, they're not.
Oh my God. In my so in the studio here there's 2 rooms, and the other room is my editing room. And in that editing room are 2 VHS players.
Of course there are. My man. I knew there was a VHS player floating around here somewhere. It's gonna go up in value.
During COVID, I bought. We were going through my garage, and I found a box of VHS tapes of us during our competitive dancing years.
Oh, so yeah.
You
so
gotta keep I had those. I figured I better get those on my computer before the tape degradates.
Yeah. Yeah, you can transfer those over, man. Yeah. But I still have a bunch of DVDs that are like, I feel like I don't want to throw away or don't want to get rid of. I have like Dave Chappelle Show Season 2.
Oh, yeah.
I have every Matrix. I got a couple other ones that are cool, but I just haven't had the heart to throw them away.
Yeah. So look up there. You can't see it in the cameras here. I got CDs. So in the back room, I was going through their storage unit, and I found a bunch of CDs. And I'm like, should I keep these? And I'm like, but I could pull them up anywhere, anytime, anywhere. And I'm like,
shit, you put them behind the door, it'd be like a door stop.
Did you ever get into vinyl?
Yeah, I had. So actually, one of the first, I didn't even buy this. I don't know where I got this from, but I had Human Nature, Michael Jackson 45.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, and then I went and bought the entire, my dad had a huge record collection, And I never got into vinyl, but I am.
Yeah.
I'm initiated for sure.
Yeah. So. It's cool. Like, one thing when you switch from, I used to work at a music store, so there's a huge section of vinyl. Then there was like tapes, and then CDs came out. And then, of course, the iTunes finally came out and destroyed all that market. But something like about vinyl is like all the artwork and like the sleeve. There was a lot of like effort put into those things. Whereas like CDs, you couldn't do that. And especially tapes, you couldn't do any of that.
Yeah, no, that is true. And some of them you can, open up like a book. And like that's how Michael Jackson's was. Yep. He was, on the front, he had a white suit on. He was laying with a little baby tiger on his knee and shit. He had all this little whatever blurb what the record company decided to put on they were cool. The artwork was cool. The picture, and for a kid, you're like, wow, man, look how much you can do this. How do you don't even know how you do that? It's like shit that was done on another planet or something. Yeah. So if any viewers or listeners, if you got a vinyl collection, what's your favorite record that you still have? Is there a market for that? As far like are there any records that are like worth like buku bucks?
I don't know. Like comic books? I don't know. It's a good question.
Yeah. Like I feel like if you have like again like the Michael Jackson, like the full Moonwalker or something like or was it Moonwalker? No. Thriller. Like Thriller. If you have Thriller, you that gotta be worth something, right?
Yeah.
Or like Pink Floyd's, first album, or whoever else.
I would imagine that when you have limited runs and limited presses that they do. When I used to work at House of Guitars, for anybody's into music, House of Guitars is considered the largest music store in the world. But we would get like, what do they call them? Import albums and import CDs and super limited run where you only can get them in Europe. So those were really, really sought after, and they got a premium for those. So
yeah,
but those could be still a value.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, I think there's a market for just about anything. If someone loves something, there's other people out there that love it.
Yeah.
Like so, like just like the Pokemon cards.
Oh yeah.
Like when I was a kid when Pokemon cards first came out, and if I would have known, that you could get $1 million for a fucking Charizard, whatever it is.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Whoa.
The Logan Paul. Logan Paul has a $1 million Pokemon card.
Wow. Of course he does.
Of course he does. Right. Yeah, but there's a bunch of them out there that are worth that, you
Yeah.
know, and like who dictates? I guess the popularity just continues to go and go, and you know, a premium is forced, right?
I would imagine shows like American Pickers and Pawn Stars probably shown us that there's a market for anything, and people will pay premium for anything, no matter what. No matter what, it looks like garbage to me. So it's but you got to find. That's the big thing. Is you got to find that buyer.
That shit. What was the other one before that? The Antique Roadshow.
Oh, Antique Roadshow. Yeah,
remember that? And people have like a lady has like a clock, a tabletop clock that was made by a lady who was Abraham Lincoln's wife, whatever. Yeah, and it's worth like $1 million. Yeah, shit like that. Yeah. That's cool. That's why you never throw shit away. That's why. That's why hoarders. That hoarder show, you're like, well, she might have a point because
you just never know.
Just clean the rat shit off of it, and it's worth a couple $1,000. You ever got? I used to love that shit. I used to love being grossed out by that show.
What, American
hoarders?
Hoarders,
oh. Yes, dude. And the nastier, the better. And I think the episode that everyone saw was the lady that had all the dead cats.
Oh no,
did you see that?
I didn't.
So this lady was a cat hoarder. And she had hundreds and hundreds of cats in her place with other shit. I mean, she was a true hoarder, but if a cat would die, it would just die it was so much shit in there, she couldn't find it. She didn't know where it was. Wow. And the ones she could find, she put them in the freezer. Oh. So they opened her fridge, which had broke down. Oh no. And it was just fucking dead room temperature cats. And it was the most disgusting thing I've ever seen.
That's not the one that was here in Hampton Roads or Virginia Beach, was it?
Oh, there was one here?
There was one here. We actually had a student taking lessons, and somehow we got in the conversation of TV shows, and she's like, I'm not proud to say it, but my mom's house, she was on the Hoarder show on one of the very first or second season. Yeah.
I would have kicked her out immediately. No, I'm just joking. Really though? That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's nuts. Yeah. Can you, because you got to go over that person, especially if it's a parent, you have to go to their home, right? And you want to interact with them, and you know that there's a larger underlying problem. Oh yeah, you know that you might not be equipped to. You're not a therapist or anything. Yeah. So you don't know what to say to your loved one to make them see like, hey, yeah, this is too much shit you got in here. You know, man, it has to be tough.
Yeah, but there's a difference between like hoarders and collectors. Like hoarders, like seems like the hoarders are like it's just trash. Like literally they'll save like plastic bottles or plastic milk jugs or just newspapers, just like literal garbage that's unsanitary.
They're addicted to the ritual of obtaining these things, right? Collector, there's a very specific thing that they take interest in, and they collect that thing. You know, like those things are totally different unless you're a dead cat collector. And that's the same thing.
Oh my God. I was just scrolling through Instagram, and this dude was totally asking questions to a mortician about, he's like, so have you ever done anything with a dead body? And it was just so funny. It's like those questions that you're like, certain person's profession that you see these movies about, like necrophilia, like, oh God. Like what? Hoarding, okay, that's a whole other.
Could you do that job? Could you be like a mortician or like a funeral director?
No way.
It got to be some money in that shit because people keep dying.
Yeah,
and funerals are expensive.
Yeah,
so
sure are.
I guess you would get desensitized by seeing dead bodies all the time.
But to treat them and like put the fluids in there or whatever that is, like I couldn't. Like if Dexter taught me one thing watching that show, I was like, no way. Kick.
Every sound you hear, you're like, oh shit. Yeah. Are they coming back to haunt me? Yeah. Oh. I don't think I could do it. I have a buddy who did it when he's much older now, but when he was super young. He worked at a mortician's, like a funeral director's place.
I couldn't. Even going into a funeral parlor, I'm just like, or a funeral home, like, it just everything feels off about it.
Yeah.
Like, can't.
I don't think I can do it.
Like we just watched the episode of Ted Lasso where the locker room or the treatment room they think was haunted.
Yeah.
Like, so funny.
Dude, I think people who talk with an accent are so much fun. Like they can deliver the same line and it's so much better if it's in like a British accent.
Yep.
Like hello, governor. That was terrible. That was a terrible
I don't
accent.
know. Is it pretty good?
That was pretty. It was good.
Yeah, perhaps we should talk with a British accent the rest of the episode.
The only thing that I can say in that accent is hello, governor.
Hello.
That's like what they call it, Kochki. Is that like that's like
Cockney?
Is that Cockney? I think that's right.
Yeah,
I think that's right.
Cockney. Cockney. I don't know.
And they that's like real deep.
Yeah.
Deep. Which is, I think it's like super attractive on a woman. I think from a female's like attraction to a woman's standpoint, I think a British accent is the sexiest for sure.
We have a few students from England, and we have a couple. They literally grew up in neighboring towns and have completely different accents. So British accents have the most, like, we're such a huge country in the United States, and we have like very few accents. Whereas if you go to England, literally you can go 15 miles, 20 miles away, and it's like a completely different accent. It's bananas.
Really?
And like those super heavy, like where you don't even know, I'm like, are you really speaking English?
Yeah,
like,
what are you saying right now?
What are you even saying?
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's cool. I think that's a cool accent.
Yeah.
Like for a man or a woman. What if you could have any accent, what would it be? Other, you feel like, oh, that would be cool if I had an accent.
Well, I try to imitate accents. But I think probably a British accent would be the best one, like James Bond.
Yeah,
I mean,
like
he's just got
like Sean Connery.
Sean Connery, yeah.
Sean Connery.
What do you think is the least attractive accent?
Ah, shit. Man, I think like a country, like American country accent. Like, hey, how you doing?
Oh, like really?
Like that. That's probably because South African accents are dope as shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say like a country, like a hillbilly, like stick, like not like country, but like sticks.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah. There's a comedian, Russell Peters.
Oh yeah.
So yeah. You ever see? He's like, you cannot have a sexy Indian accent or whatever. He's like, you just cannot sound like. He's like, Russell. He's so funny. I haven't seen him around in a while.
Yo, what's Russell Peters doing? He's probably doing a Netflix special. Anytime a comedian who's popular and you don't see him for a minute, they usually have a Netflix special coming out.
Yeah.
Man, Netflix is just throwing money at cat. Like they give so much money, and they do a lot with comedians. I think Bill Burr, he has a movie out, but I think he has a stand up.
Yeah, he does. They just had one comedian, young kid. Just forgot his name.
Oh, the Matt Rife.
Matt Rife. We started watching that.
Yeah,
it wasn't funny.
You think? Yeah, I was about to say. Do you think Matt Rife's funny?
No.
I don't think. I think he's funny enough. But he got a huge social media bump. I don't know what it was, or his social media team, whatever they're doing it right. But he got a huge social media bump, and the stuff that they showed was funny. Like and like I think the crowd interaction stuff that he does is funny.
That
that stuff is funny. But overall,
yeah. 10 minutes into it, I tried because I did see some of his like Instagram stuff or Facebook stuff, and his kind of like playing off of the crowd was really good and really kind of like on the verge of being like inappropriate, kind of funny. But man, 10 minutes into it, I was like, you could tell he wasn't comfortable on that stage or on that crowd.
Really?
He didn't know how to work that crowd. But
yeah, like don't let any females hear you say that. They love that dude.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's like he's an attractive young dude, but he's known for saying what like hooking up with a girl's mom or whatever. Like that's his like he's like, I love old people, and he's like, and it was just when you started with that, I was like, bro, it's not working. I don't know,
man.
but.
Do you know anybody who's hooked up with like a friend's mom?
No.
I don't know. No. I don't know what world like people see these movies where their friend's moms is like super hot. I never had a friend and their mom was dope like that.
Not even. I don't know. And now I'm like thinking of all my friends and like no. Then I'm like, man, if one of my friends tried to hook up my mom, man, I would put the hurt on him if I could.
Man, how do you even tackle that?
Yeah.
Like, what do you do, especially if you walk in on it?
Oh no.
Like, shit.
Oh, talk about being scarred for life. I don't know.
But anytime you hear about that happening, like you hear stories about it, if it's for entertainment value or, you know, if it really happened to somebody, you know, or whatever. But I feel like that's all the mom's fault.
Yeah, like for sure.
I mean, because any, you know, adolescent male is gonna, like, anything that got a vagina, you're gonna be chasing after that shit, you know. And mom falls for that shit. Yeah. God, what kind of woman are you?
Yeah. Just trying to be. I just want to be his friend. I just want to be his friend. Yeah. No.
Man, no. That's a rough one. That's a rough one. But yeah, so we're here. We are about a week away from Christmas, and I think this is a perfect opportunity to talk about Juggernaut cookies.
Yes.
We got our promo code CookiePro20 will get you 20% off of our gluten-free protein cookies. Now, if you're one of those people that just loves to work out and you are like, you very like frequently go to a GNC, a Vitamin Shop, or things like that, or any nutrition store, you know that these protein cookies are chalky and messy and they taste like shit. Our cookie doesn't. It's 12 grams of protein, it's gluten-free, it's kosher, it's non-GMO, and it actually tastes like a cookie. It's chewy, it's soft, you'll love it. Check out cookiehunk.com and use that promo code CookiePro20 to save 20% on your entire order.
Absolutely. We actually have a few of our own students who just purchased your gourmet cookies.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She got a whole box of those, and
I can't wait to get the reviews.
Yeah, dude, they're so good. And then those protein cookies are good. We do sell them here at the studio. And I was starving the other day, and I was like, I'm looking for food. I'm like, I'm just gonna grab this, and they are absolutely delicious. Totally agree.
You gotta check out Arthur Murray. We're actually coming here in January. I think I told you my buddy Dwayne and his girlfriend Ashley. We're gonna double date. We're bringing them up here.
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
I think I sent Wendy his number.
Cool.
So I think she already reached out via text. You know, the little text to spam y'all do.
Yeah. And if you want to get text and spammed by us, and you're looking to learn how to dance, visit Arthur Murray Dance Studio here in Virginia Beach, Virginia. Whether you're getting ready for a wedding, New Year's, or just a date night like Antwain and his wife and their friends are going to do, check us out. I guarantee you will have a great time. How often do you get to hold your spouse or loved one in your arms? No phones, no nothing. Just move together to music, staring into each other's eyes, either laughing or endearingly or whatever it is. It's guaranteed to be a good time. Check us out at www.cutarug.net, not .com, .net. To look into our studio.
I'm a buy.com. I'm a buy Arthur Murray.
Drop that 15 grand.
I'm a buy it. No, dude, honestly, it is a lot of fun. And like especially for men who want to kind of get out of their comfort zone a little bit, because when Jamie first proposed it to me, I was like, okay. Well, I was very like indifferent about it. I was like, all right, let's do it. You know. But once we got in here, obviously I love it. I like it more than she likes it now.
Yeah.
You know? I like every time I'm in here, I would think, all right, how can I look like that dude from that salsa movie or whatever? You know, I like moving my hips, and I want, like, there's definitely there's a result that you want. You know, everybody that comes in wants a different result. Right. Some people just want to get out of the comfort zone. Some people want to look like Channing Tatum and fucking and Magic Mike.
Yep.
I'm more of that mind. I want to look like.
Or he does what's the other movies he was in? He was dance movies, whatever, where he partners up with a ballet dancer, and then they do have to do his partner dancing.
What was that movie?
Wendy loves those.
Was it You Got Served? Is that it?
I don't know if it's that one, because I think he's in those too. But they had a couple of them. I don't remember. But yeah, if you want to look like Magic Mike, you want to look like Channing Tatum,
yeah, you look
John
just like
Travolta, whichever one you want to look like.
Yeah, Travolta.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
But if you want to
OG.
learn, whether it's a single, you're coming in on your own or with a partner, we can help you out. So check us out.
Cool, man. And so you can catch me on Instagram, TikTok, The Juggernaut on TikTok, Antwain The Juggernaut on Instagram. Follow, subscribe, smash that subscribe button. Please help us get to that high level. I was talking to Saras the other day. I would love to start doing live shows.
Yes.
I think I would.
What do we got to hit for that again?
100,000.
100,000.
100,000. Start doing live shows at 100 grand. Help us hit 100 grand.
Yeah. We're close. But we can hit it. We can hit it with your support and your help. Yeah, absolutely.
We'll hit it. We're too entertaining motherfuckers. Hope you guys have a great Christmas. Happy holidays. Kwanzaa. Hanukkah. What else is there? All that shit.
All of it.
And a happy new year, y'all.
Yeah.
Peace.
Peace.